Japanese sport. Good afternoon, everybody. We are Toronto Kendo Club, and we are very honored to be here today and to be part of the first Summer Festival celebrations. We will now begin the Kendo demonstration. What we are seeing here is called Bokuto ni Yoru Kendo Kekoho, the application for Kendo fundamental technique practice. The fundamental concept of Kendo is to cut with a sword. The bamboo stick called a shinai and the wooden sword is called a bokuto. In Kendo, this represents the sword. In 1912, Kendo kata was established and introduced to teach and preserve the concept that the shinai and the bokuto represent the Japanese katana sword, and they are one in the same. From 1999 to 2002, the Bokuto ni Yoru Kendo Kihon Waza Keikoho was developed to bridge the gap between modern Kendo practice and traditional training concepts. The main intent is to develop a form of Bokuto training that could be incorporated into regular Kendo practice. This helps beginners learn the concept that the shinai and bokuto is representation of the katana, develop solid basics and techniques that are directly translatable into Kendo practice, and develop the students' abilities and understanding for later practice. Also to develop reiho, good manners and etiquette. Kendo and the swordsmanship have been a long, rich history in Japan. During the 15th and 16th centuries, around 600 separate styles of swordsmanship were created. Schools were developed as an important cultural facet of the educational training of the samurai. The theory of technique formed Bushido, a philosophy of how a samurai should live and act. Since old-fashioned training with real swords and hardwood swords would cause unnecessary injuries and deaths, harmless bamboo practice swords were introduced in the early 1700s. Toronto Kendo Club is a non-profit club devoted to the practice of Kendo and the Aido. Kendo is the way of the sword, and the Aido is the art of drawing the sword. Toronto Kendo Club was established over 30 years ago by founder and chief instructor Shigeru Kimura Sensei, Nanadan. Kimura Sensei has represented Canada as both a team player and a coach. Toronto Kendo Club has over 50 active members and 8 experienced instructors. Toronto Kendo Club welcomes new students, men, women and children. We have 2 sister clubs at Ryerson University and in Mississauga. All 3 dojos belong to the Canadian Kendo Federation and Kendo Ontario. Currently today, several million people practice Kendo in Japan. Kendo is an important part of Japanese physical education at school, and Kendo is practiced as a regular physical education class activity. Kendo is also a physical education elective at university level. Almost every university in Japan has a Kendo club or team. Recent statistics show an increased number of women who practice Kendo. We will now look at some basic Kendo Kihon techniques. In Kendo, there are two types of attacks, a strike or a thrust. Strikes are allowed to three parts of the body, the top of the head, the left forehead, right forehead, or the center of the head. We will now look at a cut to the head, which is called a men strike, menage. The next strike we will look at is kodoruchi, which is a strike to the hand, the forearm or wrist. The shouting that you hear is kiai, which expresses the spirit and shows full vigor. In Canada, Kendo celebrated its 100th anniversary. Similar to Japan, almost every university in Canada has a Kendo team. The next strike was do-uchi, strike to the torso, cut to the body. Kendo is very popular globally, and the International Kendo Federation has members in over 42 countries. Kendo is enjoyed by millions of practitioners around the world. The International Kendo Championships are held every 3 years. Next, we will look at a thrust to the throat, skiuchi. This is a more advanced technique and is usually only used by more experienced players. The next exercise we will look at is Kekari Geiko, which is a practice of exercising continuous attacking. The receiver, motodachi, stimulates and encourages the attacking student. The student performs the cuts with full vigor and zanshin and keeps attacking until the end of the exercise. Kekari Geiko may differ in difficulty depending on the grade or the experience level of the student and the teacher. Kekari Geiko takes a lot of energy to perform this exercise repeatedly and is quite challenging physically, but Kekari Geiko helps build a strong spirit, correct cutting, and good posture. Unlike Western fencing, where two opponents show each other only their sides, in Kendo the opponents face each other face to face and 4 striking areas are available. You'll notice the body and foot movements must be in synchronization with the arm movement. The strikes are performed with Kikentai Noichi, synchronization of the spirit, the strike, and the body. You will notice both sides have an understanding of the concept that defense and attack are one in the same. International championships for Kendo are held every 3 years. The first International Kendo Championship was held in Tokyo, Japan in 1970. 45 years later, the World Kendo Championships returned to Japan, and the 16th World Kendo Championships will be held in 2015 at the Tokyo Budokan. The next exercise we will demonstrate for you is kirikayashi. Kirikayashi literally means cutting repeatedly. This Kendo exercise combines the practice of attacking and receiving. Kirikayashi develops physical strength, spirit, and vigor. A kirikayashi is a drill that is practiced with a partner and involves a succession of strikes to the head. Kirikayashi teaches a number of important principles in proper distance, striking, timing, and rhythm. As you can see, Kendo is for all ages. Through rigorous training, a student of Kendo strengthens his or her body and mind, develops a strong spirit, learns to treat people properly, learns to value truth and to be sincere, and learns to always strive for self-development, and to love society and their country, and to contribute to the peace and prosperity of humanity. Mokso is performed before and after training session in order to clear one's mind, very similar to Zen meditation. Mokso is a Japanese form of meditation practice in the traditional Japanese martial arts. This concludes our demonstration. Thank you for watching. If you have any Kendo questions, please feel free to ask any of our volunteers. And if you would like to try Kendo, we will be happy to talk with you.